In 2017 we reviewed our animal management plan, and up to that point we'd only asked questions through our animal management plan review process about dogs. We thought we'd focus on cats as well, and we're very surprised with the expectation from our community and also the passion from our community about cat management, and they wanted Council to play a role in cat management and also create a cat bylaw. Well, originally Council consulted its community, and then we decided to spend 2018 doing some research on best practice for what could possibly be a Council bylaw. So we spoke to our local vets who are dealing with cat management issues at the coalface on a day-to-day basis, and that information was really helpful. And we also spoke to the City of Mitcham, who have a cat bylaw in place previously. That was mainly focused around registration, but we just wanted to see how that played out for them and what challenges that they would face. Obviously, if we had a cat registration in place, we would be facing those exact same challenges. We did consult the board to begin with. We wanted to let them know that we were looking at getting a cat bylaw, and we also relied heavily on some legal advice right through the whole process, because we wanted to make sure that the bylaw was sound and was going to be endorsed by Council with no issues, but also go through the Legislative Review Committee. And we're mindful of capturing our public consultation results, putting that in the bylaw and making sure that was all legal. Since last financial year, we introduced the cat registration scheme, and all of our revenue from that goes into cat management activities. So that includes our media and our promotion to educate our community, personal protective equipment, a council vehicle for cat management, and also the salary of our cat management officer. Cat bylaw addresses a number of main issues that have been addressed by our community, and we're receiving that information through community consultations. So the first one is nuisance cat behaviour. So that can include cats entering people's property, defecating in their yards. We've been getting lots of calls pre and post cat bylaw about that issue, and also the welfare of our cats as well. So welfare of semi-owned cats and also domestic cats. Returning lost cats home to their owner as quickly as possible so that we're reducing stress on the animal and also the owners. And having the curfew in place improves the safety of our companion animal cats, and that also helps our native wildlife, because the impact on our native wildlife is a real concern for our community. Well, our focus has been on educating our community and raising their awareness, and hopefully that will change behaviour. But there is a point in time when we have had to enforce our cat bylaw, and we've issued 4 expiations to this point, 15 formal warnings to the community, and there was a point in time where someone who'd received one of the expiations was going to be elected to be prosecuted. We got some legal advice and we started the negotiation phase pre-going to court, and the person ended up paying the expiation in the end. When a complaint is made to Council, we'll speak to the cat owner and go through the actual incident and the issue at hand. And sometimes we rely on evidence provided by the person who's complaining about the cat, and we've been amazed about the level of footage and photos we're getting from people. That is really helpful. People can provide statements if need be, but the emphasis is on educating cat owners about their requirements and their responsibilities with the cat bylaw, so that is our first focus. Then if people disregard that and we get repeat issues, then we will step down the enforcement path.
Since the cat bylaw has been in place, we've had 196 cat complaints, which is about half as much as the dogs. If a cat's been reported outside of curfew, the council can investigate the street that it was on. We can do DACO searches to check the cat's ID. If we can't get an ID on that cat, we actually do a letter drop to each house along that street, just reminding them about the bylaws and being responsible pet owners. It can be hard to catch a cat in a trap. They're very, very smart. I find that if a cat is fit and healthy, it's a lot harder to catch than a injured or a sick cat. However, if the cat's starving and the trap's set and it's got some good food, then it's only a matter of time and patience before we would catch that cat.
Whenever a cat is trapped or a cat is brought into Council, the cat's welfare is our priority. So we will make an initial assessment on the cat's health, its well-being, also its temperament, to see whether it's going to be suitable for rehoming. But we'll also seek the opinion of our local vets, and we've got a team of local vets involved. These agreements are in place, so we'll pass the cat over to them and with our initial assessment, and they'll have a look at it and they'll make a judgment on whether the cat's health is okay, its temperament, and whether it's suitable for rehoming, and we'll work with the vets on that outcome. We knew a cat impound facility was a key part of our cat management process. Did an expression of interest to see what kind of businesses would be interested in playing a role in an impound facility. And we've obviously there was a successful applicant, and we worked with them to make sure that they provided a suitable enclosure. It's nice and I suppose healthy for the cats. But also gives them the care that they need while we're trying to find their owner, and then if we can't find the owner, we take them to a rehoming agency. Dealing with cat colonies is a real challenging issue. It takes up a lot of our time and resources, and we meet a lot of resistance from those that are feeding the cats. It's a really hard issue to resolve quickly. They're really challenging for a lot of reasons. The people think that they're doing the right thing in feeding these cats, but they're not giving them the care that they need, the medical care or veterinary care. So we're finding that a lot of these cats are very ill, they're sick, and we've got concerns over their welfare. Hoarding of cats and general hoarding of squalor is a big issue, and we only see the tip of the iceberg. So I can recommend that any council that faces this issue should be working with their environmental health officers to basically look at it from a public health perspective, but also you've got to take into consideration the care and the welfare of the cats that are being hoarded. And we've had a few cases where we've had to deal with that, and they can be really challenging and confronting issues, but if you work with your EHOs who deal with this on a day-to-day basis, then you normally get really good outcomes. We're really happy with the way the cat bylaws worked as a whole. We've had a year one of learning, and it's been a trial by fire. We've had a lot of calls from our residents about cat management, and I think we've responded really, really well to those challenges. And a lot of it goes with the planning that we did before the cat bylaw came into place, getting a really good resource as in a staff member to respond to cat management issues, but also having really good arrangements and relationships with our local vets and also rehoming agencies. So I think we just build on our first 12 months and hopefully provide an even better service than we have previously. I think everything's worked really, really well, so there's nothing that we've done wrong. It's just, I suppose, learning as we go and building on our experience.
I think the council's cat bylaw is excellent. I think everyone should follow it. My cat is healthy and happy being inside, and she gets a walk, usually once a day on her lead, and she's quite happy with that.
I've only received positive encouragement from the community when it comes to feral cats. Even the cat lovers support what we're trying to do. Our aim is really looking at the welfare of the cat and of our environment. We want our community to be educated and understand that non-desexed cats breed, and if these cats are left abandoned and become stray, it's not fun for the cat or for the wildlife that it threatens.
Community response has been mixed, as we expected, because we introduced a brand new requirement around cat ownership, cat management with cat responsibilities. But overall, most people are really positive and they want to do the right thing. So we're very pleased with that, and we're working with our community to further educate them, and hopefully we can get an increased rate of compliance with the main elements of the cat bylaw, and also to keep the cats safe, which is the main thing, and working with people to rehome cats when they get lost.